Let me offer my respectful greetings to all of you. Patanjali, a great seer, whose name is known everywhere in the world. He was not a man of religion. He was a philosopher, a yogi, a mystic, a great thinker, and practical scientist. He made many experiments in himself, in the world. His field was mind. Mind is a wonderful thing. We can see the body, but mind we can't. But without mind, we cannot live. If there is no mind, there is no experience, either of a pain or of a pleasure. Life comes to an end. It becomes dead. Therefore, mind is very important instrument that the nature has given unto us. The body has its own limitations. You cannot grow endlessly, infinitely. You can grow physically to some extent, 100 kilo, 1000 kilo, but mind has no limitations. It has no limitations. It can become small. It can become very big. Rano raniya mahato mai. It becomes as small as an atom, as big as a galaxy or the whole space. That is its spatiality, a very wonderful creation of the nature. We are fortunate enough to have it, every one of us. The bodies may be small or big, but mind is there. As we wish, it becomes. If you want to be small, it becomes small. If you want to be big, it becomes big. Therefore, we used to say, Mahatma. Mahan Atma Yasya Saha Mahatma. Atma means mind. Whose mind is as vast as the universe. He is a Mahatma. Means he loves everything, everyone, always. Small mind has no place for all the people, for the whole world. But for a Mahatma, the whole world is there and he loves everything. Small atom and the sun. He loves night, he loves day. He loves the morning, he loves the evening. He makes no difference. Means his mind is so vast. This vastness shows that we can become anything in this world if we determine, if we decide. We can be liberated or get into bondage. As we like. We may suffer in the world, or we may enjoy the life. It is left to us. This is the freedom. We are free, always free, mentally, not physically. Our body is limited. It is confined. It needs food and water. Wherever there is no food, there is no water, the body cannot live. But mind, it needs no food, no water, nothing. Because its existence, its structure is quite different. Body is a combination of atoms, molecules, tissues, but mind is, we don't know how it is made. It is there. We can't touch it. We cannot hold it. We cannot bind it. But without it, we cannot live in the world. So important is the mind. Therefore, everyone must be very grateful to the nature because it has given us the mind. Given us the mind. The body, if it is ugly, it is very difficult to become beautiful. But mind, it may be ugly, it may be beautiful. It is left to us to make whatever we want. We can make our mind very, very beautiful, or make our mind very, very ugly. Ugly. It all depends upon us. Means we are free mentally, we are bound physically. We are free mentally. Therefore, Patanjali took interest in the development of the mind, in the evolution of the mind. He looked into the mind, deeper into the mind, and he tried to know what it can do. And he found so many methods he discovered by which the mind can grow, and it becomes a kind of, it becomes very beautiful and rich and strong and also liberated, free. That is why Patanjali is allowed. Almost all the people who have come to know his name, he was a great saint, seer, a man of wonderful experiences. He loved the world, he loved that which is beyond the world. He tried to experience the world and also that which is beyond the senses. That is a great adventure he made in life. Therefore, we have to go with Patanjali just to see what he has done in the world, what he can give unto us. That is what we are doing here. Now, let us concentrate on one of his aphorism, which we had done years before. Where we left, from there we will go ahead. There he had said, what is life? What is life? It is only an experience. We experience the world. We experience whatever is there in us. Experiencing is living. It is life. If I can't experience, there is no life. life and experience are the same. What is experiencing? Seeing things, hearing things, tasting things. This is experiencing, simple. If I open my eyes, I experience the beauty of the flower. Means I see the beauty of the flower. But I don't stop there. I see the beauty and I mix my feeling with the beauty, with the knowledge of the flower. Then that is experience. Knowledge plus feeling, that is experience. Therefore, I get pleasure. When I see the flower, I get knowledge. When I like the flower, I get happiness. Means knowledge is needed to become happy. Feeling is needed to become happy. Both are together, go together. That is experiencing. In life, we should have both these things, knowledge and fine feelings. Everyone cannot love the flower. Therefore, everyone cannot get joy from the flower. Means we are free to mix the feeling with that object, with that knowledge of the object. And if we do not mix the feeling with our knowledge, then knowledge becomes very mechanical. Just saying, not experiencing. Suppose I put a piece of a candy, sugar candy, into my mouth. If my mind is not working at all, means I don't like or dislike, then there is no experience. No experience. If I have to enjoy it, then my mind must be with the taste. I have to like the taste. I have to love the taste. Only then I can be joyful. Therefore, living should not be very mechanical. It should be full of feelings. Therefore, there is love. Love. It is a fine feeling that sweetens all our experiences. All our experiences. That sweetens. Feeling is there. Loveful feeling is there. The opposite of love is hate. Hatred. Hate, there will be pain. No joy. Object is the same, but I can make it a heaven or hell. If I love it, it becomes heaven. It creates a heaven in me. Means it gives me pleasure. If I hate it, it creates a heaven in my mind. It gives me pain. It fails to give me pleasure. Therefore, feeling is very, very important. The feeling is there, thinking is there, knowledge is there, memory is there, and all these are related to the mind. They are all mental functions, not physical. And life means pain, pleasure, feeling. Pain, pleasure, experience. Therefore, mind must be taken care of. Mind is mind. We must be very, very grateful to the nature or to the divine, because it is the divine which has equipped us with this wonderful instrument, the mind. We should not lament because God has not given us much. He may not have given us money or materials, many, but He has given us mind. It is not the money that makes us joyful, but it is the mind that makes us joyful. It is not the wealth that makes us rich, but it is the mind that makes us rich. Therefore, Patanjali says, just look into your mind. Why worry about the world? Your mind is there. If you want, and if you use it wisely, it creates a heaven on the earth itself. If you neglect it, if you cannot cultivate it, then it definitely brings hell into your life. Therefore, be wise in using the mind and be more interested in mental functions than in physical ones. Now, we have to experience. But what is our desire and what is the fact here? Everything we cannot love. And whatever we desire may not be fulfilled. It is very difficult. I may want to become, suppose I want to become the Prime Minister of India. I can't become. You cannot become. But if I want to become the happiest man in the world, I can become. The dreams should be such that it must be possible to realize them. Our dreams must be very vast, very wonderful dreams. What are the dreams? Only two. The first is, I must be happy. I must be happy. The second one is, I must be free. Not physically, mentally. Physical freedom is very difficult. I have to live in a house. I have to follow certain laws and regulations of which the society. But mind, mentally, I am free. Desires should not bind me. Dreams should not bind me. Isn't it? Mind must be free. Asha pasha shatair baddhaha kama krodha parayanaha ehante kama bhogartham anyayena artha sanchaya. Justice. Anyayena artha sanchayan. There are so many desires in the mind. They bind us to the world, to the objects. Shatair baddhaha. They are like fetters. They bind us to the things. And there is the end of life. We are bound to this world. Shatair baddhaha, not one or two, hundreds of desires, but no one of them makes us happy, makes us peaceful. Because they are binding desires, not emancipating desires. I have to make my mind free. I have to make my mind beautiful. Means I should love the nature and I should free the mind from all its fetters of desires. There is the end of the sadhana. Mind must be free and peaceful. Peaceful. These are the only things we want to have in life. On the one hand, our mind must be free. On the other hand, mind must be contented, satisfied, peaceful, satisfied. How to achieve this is the problem. Two things. The first is freedom. Freedom from all desires, unwanted desires, impossible desires. I must free my mind from all these things. It must be free, not confined to a place or time or a person or an object. The mind must be free. It must be free, not confined. No caste, no creed, no religion, no country. Let mind expand. If we leave it, it becomes as vast as the space. If we don't leave it to expand, it becomes as small as our house, as small as our things which we love, table, chair. Many times, many of us begin our life with a chair and end our life with a chair. Means all our life we think of chair, of a power. We work, we think, we act for the sake of a chair all our life. But a chair won't be with us. It won't be with us. I may love the chair, but chair does not love me. Isn't it? I may sit into the chair does not object. But when I leave the chair does not lament. It is always happy, whether we sit in it or not. Whoever sit, it does not worry about it. You may sit or other person may sit. The chair is a chair, very happy, contented. But the person who sits in chair and becomes a chairman is not happy. He is not happy. Even while sitting in the chair, he is not happy because he knows that there are so many people waiting to means they don't like me to sit into the chair. They want me to leave the chair and they want to occupy the chair. Chair laughs because these people do not know. I am not of one person or the other person, this person or the other person. I am I. I don't worry about who sits in me, who goes away from me, who leaves me. And the chair knows that no person can sit into that chair permanently. The chair is a chair. This is what is the truth in this world. This is the thing. Therefore, how we have to live, we have to decide. We should decide how we should live joyfully. Not bound to anything, but free. Free. Let me love the chair, even when I am not sitting in it. Let me love the chair, even when I am sitting in it. Let me love the chair when I may leave it. I must be happy, not the chair. Chair should not determine when I should be happy, when I should not be happy. I should decide when I am to be happy, I am to be unhappy. I have to decide. I must be free. Means the mind must be free. Free, not attached to anything in this world, but not to hate anything in this world. Neither to hate anything in this world. I may not be attached to this flower, but I should not hate the flower. The flower may be with me or with you, but my love of the flower must be the same always. If it is with me, let me love it, enjoy it. If it is with you, let me see it, enjoy it. That is the way we have to live in the world. Everything cannot be mine. Everything cannot be mine. Even if I try much, I cannot get everything I desire. But I can experience everything that I desire. I can experience the sun, the moon, the stars, everything, the sky, the clouds, the rain, experience it. The whole world is there for us to experience. Why should we worry? Why should we worry? Suppose there is a person who has built a big house and he has closed all the doors and windows because it is air conditioned. Means air does not come into the house and should not. And inside air should not go out of the house. Therefore, doors are closed, windows are closed. Isn't it? But we are outside. We should not worry about that person. But unfortunately, we feel very sad that we have no such house. Let him be confined in his house. Let me enjoy the world. Outside, there is the sun. Inside, there is no sun. Outside, there is a free air. Inside, there is controlled air. Outside, it is all fresh. Inside, it is all stale, not fresh. Let me come out of my house. Let me enjoy the world. Just to see the world and enjoy the world, there is no objection from anybody. If I go into a house, then there is an objection. I cannot enter into your house without your permission. But I can come out of the house and look at the world. There is a sky, blue sky, so beautiful. There is a sun, there is moon, there are stars. We can enjoy. There is no objection from anybody. But if I go to a house, a person's a rich house, and there stand and begin to look at the house, there is an objection. Why are you looking at my house? If I look at the sun, no objection. If I look at the trees, the nature, beautiful, there are no limitations to the nature. If I look at the sky, at the stars, at the moon and sun, there is no objection. And I am free. This is freedom. We are free to experience the world, but we are not free to enter into the house of a person. We are free here. Where there is a freedom, there is joy. Because there is no bondage. Bondage and pain, they go together. Suffering go together. If there is bondage, there is pain. Means suffering. I have to suffer. But if there is no bondage, there is no suffering. Means if we want to become freed from suffering, we have to come out of our habit and look into the universe. And this universe does not belong to anybody. Therefore, I am the master of the nature. I am the enjoyer, free enjoyer of the nature. I am free to enjoy. But if I go into the house of a person, however close friend he may be, I cannot sit there for a long time. You can't say that I am going to live here for a year. Impossible. Impossible. But if you go to an open place or a hill or somewhere in the plains, no objection from anybody. No person can say that you should not look at the waves of the ocean. I sit here, I enjoy the rising of the waves in the ocean. So beautiful. Drishya it is, scene it is. No objection. Here there is objection, there is no objection. And where there is objection, they are small things, limited. Where there is no objection, very vast. Therefore, mind becomes vast, unlimited, free. That is liberation. That is liberation. Means while living in your house, you have to be free. You have to experience full freedom, endless freedom. That is possible. You may be a doctor, you may be an engineer, you may be a merchant, or a farmer, or just a householder, whatever you are, but you must be an enjoyer of freedom. That is more important. Just making money is not the purpose of life. Just spending all our life to build a small house and live in it with the doors and windows closed is not the purpose of life. The purpose of life is to enjoy. Enjoy the nature. Enjoy the nature. And this nature is beautiful. Satyam Shivam Sundar. The nature is there, Satya, there. It is not my creation, it is not my imagination. The nature is there, Satyam. Shivam, it is calm, quiet, and beautiful. Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. This world is Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. And I have to experience it. That is the divine experience. And that is the source of joy. That is the source of joy. And this joy knows no ends. This is what we have to achieve in life, says Patanjala. Achieve in life, it is not difficult. It needs only a beautiful mind. Just come out of your limited habitats, you begin to enjoy the world. Very simple. As long as we are confined in a house or confined to some caste, class, or so many things, so long we can't be happy, free. Even if we are doing this profession or doing that profession, we should know that we are not this or that. We are here to enjoy the world. Enjoy the world. This is a wonderful experience. And every moment of our life, we can be free if we like. If we like. If we don't, we remain all our life in bondage. Emotionally bound, we become emotionally bound to certain things and we remain in bondage. If we decide this very moment, we can free our mind and enjoy the eternity, enjoy the infinity, enjoy the beauty of the nature, enjoy the peaceful atmosphere in this world. This is the end of life. This is the purpose of life. We are here on the earth. Patanjala says, why you are here on the earth? Why we are equipped with such a mind? Why we are having eyes and ears? Why we are having such a body? And there is a beautiful, powerful brain. Why? Why am I having eyes? Why do I have the eyes? What is the purpose of it? Not to close and live in the world. The very purpose of the eyes is to see the world. See the world. Not to decorate the eyes. Isn't it? Eyes look at the world. Look into the world. And the eyes, it is the eyes which make our life rich with beauty, with vastness. Our life becomes rich. Means our eyes are there to look into the world. Our ears are there to look into the world of sounds. Our tongue is there to taste all kinds of experience, all kinds of tastes. Isn't it? Just enjoy the life. But should not become emotionally bound to it. That is the way. Be free and enjoy the open world, the free world, the vast world. That is the life, yogic life. And Patanjali says, everyone in this world must be a yogi. You may not be rich, and everyone cannot be rich. Everyone cannot be physically beautiful, can't be strong always. Everyone cannot be socially honored and respected. But everyone can enrich his life through his eyes, seeing the vast world, the beautiful world, Sundaram. This is the purpose of the eyes. This is the purpose of the eyes. And what is the purpose of the mind? To enjoy the world. The world is created first. Then the nature has brought us to this world. We are not the creators of the world. We are here in this world which is already created and which is rich in every way. We are here to enjoy. To enjoy, but not to get into bondage. Be free and look into the world. Simple eyes can make our life rich. Simple eyes, small eyes, but open. Let there be no kama in the eyes. Let there be no greed in the eyes, greediness in the eyes. Eyes must be free, like those of the small children. Small children, they open the eyes, and in those eyes there is a sweetness, freshness and joy. And there is no greed. No greed. No hatred, no lust. Those eyes are fresh. Fresh. That is the way of looking into the world. Even when we grow up, our eyes should be the eyes of a child. Look into this world like a child. Not as this or that. I am rich, let me look at the world. I am not looking at the world. If I am rich, then I begin to see who is rich, who is poor. The eyes are limited. Let me forget what I am. Let me open my eyes to the whole world. Let there be no lust in the eyes, no greed in the eyes, no hatredness in the eyes. They disturb our life. They are the causes of suffering. They are the causes of bondage, bandhana, dukkha and bandhana. Therefore, What is to be done? Know that the purpose of life is to live joyfully, peacefully, and freely. Joyfully, peacefully, freely. But is it possible? Is it possible? Patanjali says, if you look into this world, it appears that it is not possible. Because so many people are there, thousands and thousands and thousands. Of them, so many are rich, physically, intellectually, and materially. Physically rich, intellectually rich, and materially, materially rich. But are they happy? Are they free? Have they come out of their confinement? They have built their own prisons and they are living within the prison. Then how is it possible at all to live freely, live joyfully? That is the way of a yogi. We must be yogis, everyone. Whether you are living in a house or in a ashrama, you have to be a yogi. First become a yogi and then live in this world. Do anything, any profession will do, but to become a yogi. The problem is how to become a yogi. How to do away with the suffering in life. How to free our mind. Because there are so many things in this world which bind our mind to the world. Attachment is there. It is the binding force. This is the question. The purpose is we have to become yogis. And therefore our mind must be clean, joyful, and free. There must be less suffering, more joy, more happiness, more bliss. But how to achieve it? That is the problem. And that problem is going to be answered by Patanjali. Not today, tomorrow. Let me offer my salutations to all of you.